What's up, my friends? I'm TS, and this is my small channel, and I'm gonna try to dogpile on this grifter to try to scoop in a few extra views and maybe some subscribers. Hint. And I really appreciate how meta that all sounds. Finn McKenty has basically quit YouTube and Twitch. He had a channel under his own name and one under the name Punk Rock MBA, and he just did an interview on a podcast by a guy named Jesse Lee, and I want to give a lot of props to that Jesse Lee guy for trying to stay positive in the face of obviously a content creator that he looked up to and was really excited to talk to him about music and stuff, and he basically just poo-pooed him the whole time. The biggest problem is that his channel had the name Punk Rock in it, and he talked about metal and hardcore and other kinds of music. And the number one most important thing in that scene is authenticity. And he just shot himself in the foot by going on this podcast. He could have just disappeared quietly off of the platforms, and people would always wondered what happened to him. It's not an airport, dude. You don't have to announce your departure. The things that he said in this interview just rubbed metal and punk rock and even some of the hip-hop creators the wrong way. Nick Nocturnal, the Punk Rock Review is a new one I discovered. And Dan Frampton, he's a new creator that I've just discovered, and he goes in hard on this guy. Fantano made an excellent video about the situation. Beyond AR TV really went in hard on him. Dancing with Ghosts is a creator that I really like his content, but his video was like 5 hours long, and I wasn't going to watch that. Sorry, guy. I'll catch you on the next one. The only creator that I found that really was trying to stay positive, be on Finn's side, was Take the Tech, and he's a fun creator to watch because he actually is one of the few that I know of that actually works in the business. He's a tech and a road manager, and his take on things is usually pretty positive, but people kind of piled on him for trying to be on Finn's side about this. So let's get into it a little bit. He said in this interview that he never had any interest in music. He only did it for the money. He reached his financial goals, so he's not going to do it anymore because he never enjoyed it. So let's unpack that a little bit. Never had any interest in music, then why make music content? Now look at the name of his channel. It's the Punk Rock MBA. He originally started making marketing and money-based content, and in his own words, he said no one cared. Well, no one ever cares about you at the beginning of your YouTube journey. I mean, I get like 5 views on a video still. Until you take off a little bit, the algorithm hates you. And if you have this big degree in marketing, you should have known that. I mean, financial channels make a higher CPA or whatever it's called, amount of money you make per video anyway. So just do that. I mean, he just comes across as really bitter that he doesn't get to make the kind of content that he likes. Well, let's look at the second part of that. You only did it for the money. and he reached his financial goals. So he's out. Well, you know, my friend, that's the definition of grifter. But it's not just that. He has open contempt and basically spit in the face of his viewers. I mean, it's just disrespectful. They made him rich. I mean, he said his followers are smooth-brained and that musicians suck if they can't make money. Well, you have opportunity and a platform to teach them. That's what you wanted to do in the first place. But the truth is, you got more views and you made more money talking about 90s metal and 2000 scene kids and new metal, proving that he never cared about the content or his subscribers at all. I mean, I'd kick a puppy for those kind of views and subscribers. He just comes across as ungrateful, and it's insulting to small channels and creators like me. Well, what's he gonna do now that he's given up on YouTube and Twitch? He's going to LinkedIn. Oh my goodness. Enough said. Besides Twitter and probably Rumble, that's considered one of the worst and most toxic platforms that there is. That's where all the tech bros and financial nerds and grifters go to sell their soul. So, good for you. Have fun. But you want to talk about smooth-brained? This guy dresses like he's 15 still, in his 40s. And basically groomed a teenager when he was in his 30s to be his wife. And she's a whole nother thing. Apparently she had her own channel that was all MAGA, anti-woke bullshit. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm pretty sure all of that's the reason why he's going dark on social media. But you know, think about it. What happens when your LinkedIn buddies find out about your transgressions? What happens when your LinkedIn buddies find out how much passion you actually have for your work? Basically admitted that you don't care about the work that you do. It's not real smart for a marketing bro. I mean, I just feel betrayed because I watched his channel and I just wish I could take back all the views that I gave him. I liked his content. I learned a lot. I thought he had a cool perspective of things. I thought he was a straight shooter and kind of funny in a snarky kind of way sometimes. I haven't followed him on Twitch for a little while, and I was excited that he actually quoted some of my comments a couple of times. And in that interview, Jesse Lee compliments him on his knowledge of music and was just dumbfounded that he said he just doesn't care about music. And he basically said that he just read Wikipedia articles. Which, yeah, whatever. I mean, that's insulting to my imposter syndrome because I read Wikipedia articles and learn things from other YouTube creators like Polyphonic and 12 Tone and Mike the Snare and Art of Guitar and Samurai Guitarist and so many more that I feel like actually do care about the content that they put out. Those are my favorites, and I read Wikipedia articles too, but I build it on a foundation of knowledge that I've already curated in my brain because I've got a knack for it. I couldn't tell you much about the presidents or the history of Iceland. I couldn't really tell you how a car works. But if you ask me who the drummer for White Lion was, or to name all the bands that Ronnie James Dio was in. I could do that off the top of my head. I mean, I'm trying to encompass pop culture in my channel, but I'm already having trouble with like movies and TV and stuff because I don't watch a lot of TVs and movies. Point being is that YouTube is not easy, especially when you're at a level where you spend all your spare time for free and most of your videos don't even make it into double digits yet. And I expect it to not be easy when I level up and actually get some views and it becomes a job. But as a job, it could always be worse. I mean, one of the things that Tank the Tech said is that you don't always love your job. And what I say to that is, fuck that. Because I'll starve before I work a job that makes me miserable. And I understand that that comes from a place of extreme privilege. I have a very, very low cost of living, and I'm not supporting a family, and all of that's by design, really, because I don't want to do anything that I don't want to do. And that's why I'm here making videos on YouTube. It's because I want to be doing it. Also, I know burnout is real too, especially when you're making content that you don't like. It would be like me making sports ball content. If you came to me and said, I'll give you $1,000 a month to make a video a week about football, I would have to say no. Now, if you came to me and said, I'll give you $5,000 a month to make a video a week about football, I would think about it. If you came to me and said, I'll give you $10,000 a month to make football content, I would do it. But I would burn out in less than a year because I don't enjoy it. And it would be harder than digging ditches. The emotional labor it would take to cram all that information into my head and write that stuff and trudge through that material. I mean, I just saw a video recently that showed the top earners on OnlyFans, and it seriously made me research a little bit on what it would take to start an OnlyFans. And the sexual nature and the nudity and all that stuff, I didn't care one way about. The SEO and marketing and creation of a platform like that was just more than I could even do, even for a ton of money. I wouldn't be able to do it. My final thought is that this is a dream job, and someday, hopefully, I might be able to make some money at it and make it an actual job. But right now, I'm not making any money at it, but I just love having an outlet for all of the knowledge that I have in my brain, and especially my music channel, and being able to put music up. I mean, I've waited my whole life for a platform like this to expose the world to my genius. So here I am, whether I make any money at it or not. So come at me, bro.